Well, usually on NBCSN during the summertime when we'd have the Olympics, we'd also be working around the Tour de France, which has become one of those great traditions. Christian Vande Velde joins us on the coverage there. He joins us now. And obviously France in the middle of this as well. And President Macron, I should say, with the shutdowns in Paris, obviously pushing back the Tour de France from the summertime dates closer to the fall. Christian, first off, the impact that will have on the race itself if it ends up being run in those dates?
In fact, first and foremost, that I'm thinking is that it might be one of the best Tour de France we've seen ever. I mean, you have all the eggs in one basket. There's no Olympics. The other Grand Tours are still a little bit suspect. The weather should be decent. I mean, that's really, I think, the biggest concern for them going to September in the high mountains. You could have some times where maybe some snow. Well, we even had snow and hail last year in July. So I think that's one of the biggest concerns,
right,
apart from the COVID, obviously. But right now, I just talked to one of the GMs on one of the Pro Tour teams, and he was thinking about, we're putting all of our best riders into this race for sure.
For the folks who may just surf in and out during a summer day and watch the tour or watch the ceremonial end of the tour around the Champs-Élysées in Paris, what is it about the Tour de France that, for those of you who've been involved with it, it becomes truly so much of your life year after year after year?
I think it's just really France in general. I mean, I think that's why I'm quite bullish that this is going to happen, is that Macron wants to make this happen. He wants to bring the country back together. And why it's so special in July is that it's not just the French, it's everyone in Europe traveling about, taking their vacations, bringing their kids on board. It's an incredible race. It is our Indy 500, which if you think about open wheel racing, this is the marquee event in cycling, and nothing comes anywhere near. 21 days out on the road, couple thousand miles in turn, and yeah, you've seen some pictures there. It's lined with people, and that's going to be one of my biggest questions. I'm like, how are they going to police this? What it's going to look like, and what the differences are going to be, and what really what our world in general is going to look like end of August.
And that was my next question to you. You get me there perfectly, Christian. You know what the tour is all about. And there's energy as you go through all of these towns, from the fans collected on the side who sometimes get too close to the riders. If there is a tour without fans, what would be the material impact on the riders?
I mean, that's a great question. I think first and foremost, in some ways, it might be a silver lining. It might be one of the easiest tours to navigate as a team. Not having the extra disadvantage or really the danger of having dogs on the side of the road and people with strollers on the side who inevitably come into the road once in a while. So some things that I think that could be a bonus for the riders. As far as the spectator viewing side of us looking through the television, it won't maybe have the same feel. But again, we don't know exactly what they're planning right now. We don't know what it's going to look like end of August. There's a lot of difficulties. I mean, it's a moving circus for 21 days, and just in teams and staff alone, 700 plus people.
Right, and I think that's the point we'll have to watch with this, because of the different sites, different cities, and moving around a country. When we're trying to restrict movement here, makes it a whole different story to try and deal with. Christian, by the way, we've been talking about everyone's backgrounds as they're all at home in studios. Your background wins so far. That's the best background possible. So thanks for the great backdrop. Thanks for the information, and hopefully we'll hear from you later on in the summer.
All right, thanks, Mike. Remember the tour.